Okay, so the atmosphere and its importance. We will study this chapter today, which is called as the atmosphere and its importance. So we all heard about atmosphere, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So now our Earth is a living planet with three main components. One is atmosphere, which is air. Next is hydrosphere, which is water. And the third is lithosphere, which is land. Please underline what are the three main components of the Earth, children? It is
Atmosphere,
atmosphere, hydrosphere,
hydrosphere, lithosphere,
atmosphere means air,
air,
hydrosphere,
water,
and lithosphere,
land.
okay. Now these three together, they support the fourth component. And what is the fourth component? It is the
Biosphere.
biosphere. Okay, please underline the fourth component. So when we have when all these three components, that is atmosphere, hydrosphere, and lithosphere, they come together, they support the fourth category, fourth component, that is the biosphere. Okay, or the zone in which living organisms exist. Okay, so biosphere is what? Basically, it is a zone where living organisms are existing, okay, where they survive. All three components are vital for life on Earth. If any one of them is removed, life on Earth would cease to exist. Okay, so to have a life on Earth, all the three components are very, very important. They play a very important role on the Earth, right? If at all these three components are not there, you will not have any human being or any living organism, staying in on Earth. All right, so these three components are very much important. The atmosphere is a blanket of air surrounding the Earth, which has weight and exerts pressure. It is held to the Earth by gravity. So now we will understand each of these components in detail. Okay, all the four components. Which are the four components, children?
Atmosphere,
Atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, and biosphere.
Yes. And when which three components come together to form the fourth component?
Atmosphere,
Atmosphere, hydrosphere, and lithosphere.
They come together to form the fourth component, which is called as
Biosphere.
biosphere. Means what?
the
Ma'am,
zone.
it is the zone where the living organisms exist.
Right. And if at all we do not have this combination, these three components together, then there
Life
will be no
on
life on Earth. Now we will study about each of these components in detail. Number one, let's start with the atmosphere. So atmosphere, what exactly is the atmosphere? This is the definition. Please underline. Atmosphere is a blanket of air which is surrounding the Earth. Okay, and it has weight as well as it exerts pressure. Please underline this because you will definitely get an objective question on this. It is held to the Earth by gravity. Okay, composition of air in the atmosphere. Now we'll see how is the composition of the air in the atmosphere is done. You will get a short note about this. Okay, write about the composition of atmosphere. Okay, they'll ask you that, so we'll have to mention all these things. Now air is a mixture of gases in different proportions. So what is air, children? Basically air is the mixture of gases, which, and the mixture is in different proportions. So it is not the equal proportion of mixture of different gases. So number one, let's see what are the different mixtures. Okay, number one is and that's the most important one, it is oxygen. Please underline. Okay, the most important gas is oxygen. And what is the amount? It is 20.9%. Okay, which is vital for living organisms. Do you all agree with this? If there's
Yes,
no
ma'am.
oxygen on Earth,
Yes.
will any
Yes, ma'am.
living organism survive? If at all there is no oxygen on Earth, are we going to be alive? Or
Oh, ma'am, we are going to be dead, ma'am.
yes, we all living organisms will die without oxygen. Oxygen is the most important gas, okay, which is included in the atmosphere. And what is the percentage of oxygen, children?
20.9.
Yes. Next gas is nitrogen. And nitrogen, the percentage of nitrogen in the atmosphere is 78.1%. This is a major constituent by volume. It is essential for the growth of plants, which cannot absorb it directly from the air. Bacteria in the soil help to fix nitrogen in the soil, after which plants can absorb it. Okay, so basically nitrogen is essential and it is important for what? For the
Plants
growth
and bacteria.
plants. Please underline this. It is important for the growth of plants. It is important, yeah, for the growth of plants. That's it. And it is also important for the bacteria. Okay, the bacteria in the soil, what does they do? They help to fix the nitrogen in the soil. And
So, ma'am, bacteria help the plants for taking up taking the nitrogen.
that is what they can, through that only they can observe nitrogen. Okay, and that through that only they can grow. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
As we all know, plants inhale what?
Ma'am, plants inhale
Carbon
carbon
dioxide.
dioxide.
And exhale.
Ma'am, they exhale oxygen.
Right.
And
And
glucose.
human beings,
Ma'am, human beings
Inhale
inhale
oxygen
oxygen
and,
and exhale
exhale
carbon
carbon
dioxide.
dioxide.
right. So can you see they are both interdependent on each other?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, that's the reason we say that grow more plants so that we have more of oxygen around us, right? Now, carbon dioxide is the third gas, which is also involved in the mixture of atmosphere. Now, what is the amount? It is 0.03%. Okay,
Very less, ma'am.
very less. And water vapor, together with the dust particles and smoke, have a minor presence, but they impact the weather the most because they are highly variable. Okay, please underline. See, as you said, it is very less, ma'am. But what the point is not about being less or more. The point is that they have a
Huge
drastic
impact.
impact on the nature. Yes, and that is highly variable. The fourth gas, not the fourth, the fifth gas, which is available in the atmosphere, is the inert gases, such as what? Argon,
Argon, neon.
neon, helium, methane, along with carbon dioxide and others, form how much percent? 1% of total volume. So underline these gases: argon, neon, helium, methane. So they, along with carbon dioxide, how much percent is involved in the atmosphere?
1%.
1%. Okay, of the total volume. Clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's just revise before I go on to the next topic. Composition of atmosphere. How many gases do we have, children, in this mixture?
3.
Just 3?
1, 2,
Hmm?
4 gases, ma'am.
4, ma'am.
Okay. Now, the first one is?
Oxygen.
Okay, it is not 4, it is more than 4. Okay, oxygen is how much percent?
20.9.
20.9.
Next gas?
Nitrogen at 78.1.
1%.
Yes, and what does it help in?
Ma'am, ma'am helps in growth of plants.
True. It helps in the growth of plants. Very good. Next is carbon dioxide. The third gas.
Ma'am, carbon dioxide and water vapor.
Yes. All right. And the fourth one is
Inert gases.
Inert gases.
fifth one. Sorry, the fifth one is the inert gases.
Inert
Inert gases such as what?
Ma'am, argon, neon, helium, methane.
Argon, neon, helium, and
Along with
methane.
carbon
And
dioxide.
carbon dioxide
Xenon.
also. They
And
total give a volume form a volume of 1%.
1%.
Okay. So this all when they come together, they form what? Atmosphere.
Atmosphere.
ठीक है? समझ में have you all understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's go on to the next page. See, over here they have given you in the form of a diagram. Can you see the diagram? Oxygen, nitrogen 78%, oxygen 20%, argon gases, other gases, and carbon dioxide. And then, but then they have given you the mixture of all as 1%. Right? Through this diagram also you could remember. Okay, so these are all the components or the mixtures of gases which is available in atmosphere. Next page. Okay, the atmosphere is composed of 5 layers as a result of differences in temperature, density, and composition of air. Okay, so atmosphere has how many layers? 5 different layers. And because of these differences, what happens? There's a difference in temperature, there's a difference in density, and in the composition of air. The boundaries between each layer are not fixed, but they are variable. Okay, so that is the reason, when you go, when you go on one particular region, the climate, the temperature is completely different as compared to the other area, other region. Yes. Have you understood this? Now we are going to study these differences. Okay, these layers. The first one is the troposphere. Okay, am I audible, children?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Troposphere. This is the first layer. Okay, among all the 5 layers, this is the first layer. Okay, please underline first layer of the atmosphere, and it is the densest and closest to the earth's surface. It extending from 8 to 15 kilometers above the earth's surface. All the known light exists within the troposphere. Okay, it is the densest layer. It contains water vapor, dust, clouds, and so experiences weather changes. This exerts weight or pressure on the surface of the earth. Hence, the pressure of air is maximum close to the earth's surface as the weight of all the air and its components is on it. As one goes higher, the pressure reduces. Okay, so the first layers, how many, first of all, tell me how many layers does the atmosphere is composed of?
5.
5 layers. And the first layer is what?
Troposphere.
Troposphere.
Okay, and now we'll study about this particular layer. First of all, this particular layer is the first layer. It is the densest and it is closest to the earth's surface. Okay, secondly, what is the kilometer extending?
Ma'am, 8 to 15 kilometers.
Above the earth's surface. Okay, now all known life exists within the troposphere. Okay, please underline this. All known life exists within the troposphere. Now, what does this troposphere contain? What does this have? It has
Water vapor, dust,
Clouds.
and
Yes.
experiencing weather changes.
Yes, and because of this, because of these components, we experience a weather change. All right. Now, hence the pressure of the air is maximum close to the Earth's surface as the weight of all the air and its components. Okay, so now this exerts because of this, basically because of these whatever the components of troposphere are there. What happens is it exerts weight and pressure on the Earth's surface, and because of this pressure, or which is there in the Earth's surface, what happens is the weight of all the air and its components is on it. On it over here, it refers to troposphere. As one goes higher, what happens is the pressure gets reduced. The more higher you go, the more the pressure is going to reduce. Okay, have you understood the troposphere? Can you see it in the diagram? The lowest layer.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
not this, not this. Not this, the first one, yeah. Can you see? Yes. Troposphere is the first. Above troposphere, which layer do we have? Stratosphere.
Stratosphere.
Then we have,
Stratosphere.
Mesosphere.
Mesosphere.
then,
Thermosphere.
Atmosphere.
Exosphere.
and then,
Exosphere.
Exosphere.
okay, can you see? These are the
Yes, ma'am.
different layers. Clear? Have you understood? Now, let's just click on the next image, the image of troposphere. Can you see troposphere's image, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have you understood troposphere?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Very good. So next, this layer not only observes heat from the sun, but also from the Earth's surface that is in contact with it. Therefore, what happens? The temperature in the troposphere decreases with height. Distance from the surface of the earth is by about 1 degree Celsius for an ascent of every 165 meters. The temperature stops falling and remains constant at minus 58 degrees Celsius at tropopause. Okay, so since this is the first layer and this is closest to the Earth's surface, what happens is, this layer particularly not only observes heat from the sun. See, one purpose or one source of observing heat is sun. So in this particular layer, what happens is it not only observes heat from the suns but also from the Earth's surface. Okay, have you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next, and what happens is because of that, see, so it is having two-way uh, uh, heat observations, one from the sun and the other from the Earth's surface as well. Now, because of that, what happens is the temperature of the troposphere decreases with its heights. And what is the temperature?
Minus
1 degree Celsius, right? And the temperature stops falling and remains constant at which degree?
Ma'am, at minus 58 degrees
degrees
Celsius.
Celsius at the
Which
tropopause.
at the tropopause. Okay, we will see it in the image. Can you just show the image of troposphere? Troposphere. Yeah. Can you see the degrees, the temperatures?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you just show them, please? Take the cursor there to the temperatures. Yes. See the amount of heat it is observing both from the sun as well as from the Earth's surface. Clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Next is the stratosphere. So this is the second layer of the atmosphere. Okay, please underline this. Stratosphere is the second layer. Now, from where does this extend? It extends to a height of about 50 kilometer from the Earth's surface. Okay. It extends to a height of about 50 kilometers from the Earth's surface. The ozone layer is a part of the stratosphere. This is very important. Dash is the part of stratosphere. It is the
Ozone.
Ozone layer.
I hope you all know what is the ozone layer.
Ma'am, ozone layer is the one that captures the UV rays from the sun, ma'am, so that it does not harm us.
Yes, let's click on ozone and check what does it mean,
It
ozone.
absorbs.
I
So
said that only.
it is a gas that
You
compromises
said capture.
okay. All right. It is a gas that compromises molecules that combine three atoms of oxygen. Okay. So that is ozone layer. And we know that Earth's surface is covered with ozone layer. Yes, with a thick blanket of ozone layer, we can say that. Yes or no?
Yes.
Ma'am.
Yes. Next, please click on OK. It contains the gas called ozone, which protects the earth from the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. So what does the ozone layer do? It is ozone layer. It is the layer which protects the earth from what? From the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. So, okay. The temperature is relatively stable and it begins to fall at higher levels ranging from 0 degrees Celsius to 20 degrees Celsius. Here, the density of the air is only about 1,000 of that at the sea level. 1 minute, who is this? So here what happens is the density of the air is only about 1,000 of that at the sea level. This layer does not experience weather changes and is relatively stable. So this is important, not the above one. This is important that this particular layer, it does not experience any weather changes. Okay, it is the weather is usually stable. That is why large jet aircraft travel smoothly in this zone. So which type of aircrafts could easily smoothly travel in this particular zone? It is the jet.
Large jet
Large.
aircrafts.
Okay, clear everyone? So basically stratosphere is which layer of the atmosphere?
Second layer.
Second layer. Very good. And it is which layer is the part of stratosphere?
Ozone layer.
Ozone layer.
What is ozone layer?
Ma'am, ozone layer is the layer that captures the UV rays from the sunlight, ma'am.
Very good, very good. And what happens because of this layer, in this particular layer? Do we have weather changes?
No, ma'am.
No.
Okay. So how is the weather in this particular layer?
Ma'am, ma'am, it ranges from 0 degrees Celsius to 20 degrees Celsius.
Yes, and it is usually weather does not, there's no hardly any weather changes and the weather is usually very stable. Okay, and because of this, what happens is which aircraft could smoothly travel in this particular zone?
Large jet aircraft.
Okay,
Large jet.
because there are no weather changes. That's the reason the jet aircraft could travel in this particular layer. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Stratosphere, everyone.
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
I'll stop you for today.